Scar! Help me!
Mufasa the Lion King clings to the cliff. He is only one step from climbing up.
Long live the king!
His brother Scar does not help him. He shoves him down instead, and below the cliff, a stampede of wildebeest is charging through. Young Simba sees it all, with his own eyes. When the wildebeest finally pass, Simba stumbles toward his father. He cannot believe it. The father who always protected him is now lying still in front of him. Simba collapses beside Mufasa, trying again and again to wake him up, but then, Scar suddenly appears behind him. He does not comfort Simba. He tells him instead that Mufasa died trying to save him. If the other lions learn the truth, Simba will be punished.
Gave you so many chances. And this is how you repay him.
I didn't know.
Oh, what will your mother think? A son who causes his father's death. A boy who kills a king.
Punished. Young Simba completely breaks down. He truly believes that he killed his father. Scar takes the chance and tells him to run at once and never come back. But after Simba leaves, Scar finally shows his real face.
Kill him.
Turns out all of this was his plot from the start. He had already joined forces with the hyenas to get rid of Mufasa and Simba. Only then could he steal the throne of the Pride Lands. Simba knows none of this, so he can only run for his life across the savannah. But the hyenas soon catch up and drive him all the way to a cliff. Simba runs too fast. His foot slips and he falls straight down. The hyenas see how high the cliff is and assume Simba must be dead, so they turn around and leave. But they do not know Simba lands on a ledge and survives by accident. Was his plan from the start. When Simba was born, Rafiki placed red paint on his forehead. From that moment on, he became the future king of the Pride Lands. All the animals came to bow before him. Only Scar never showed up, because Scar had always wanted the throne. Now there was another future heir, and that completely ignited his rage. Zazu even came to remind him that he had to attend the heir ceremony. Scar could not control his anger, and almost attacked Zazu to vent it.
You can't eat me! It is forbidden to eat a member of the King's Court! Ow! Please, stop it!
Luckily, Mufasa arrived in time and stopped him. Back when they fought for the throne, Scar lost to his brother Mufasa, and a scar was left on his face. But he never accepted it, because Mufasa may have been stronger. But Scar always believed. His mind was far sharper than his brother's. Mufasa knew his brother was resentful, but because they were family, he did not drive Scar out of the kingdom. He only hoped Scar could still have a place to survive. But this mercy left a huge danger in the Pride Lands, because the first one Scar wanted to kill was young Simba. But Simba was always beside his father, so Scar never found the right chance. That day, Mufasa is teaching Simba how to hunt. Suddenly news comes that hyenas have entered the kingdom. Mufasa has to leave his son for now and rush off to handle the crisis. Left alone, Simba looks clumsy while practicing hunting. Scar has been watching from the side. He deliberately mocks Simba, saying he does not know how to hunt at all. Simba stubbornly says, of course he knows how to hunt, and that one line lets Scar see his weakness. Simba is proud, impulsive, and desperate to prove himself, so Scar deliberately provokes him and tells him to go to the elephant graveyard to prove his courage. Competitive Simba takes the bait. He immediately finds Nala and gets ready to go to that dangerous place, but his mother does not trust them, so she makes Zazu follow all the way. Simba and Nala do not want to be watched, so they slip into the animal crowd and use the birds as cover to shake off Zazu. Then the two little lions go completely wild. They chase and play the whole way, and unknowingly arrive at the elephant graveyard. Nila already senses danger and tells Simba they should leave, but Simba only wants to prove he is brave. Before long, they are surrounded by hyenas.
Now this is a meal I've waited my whole life for. What an unexpected treat to eat the son of a king.
Zazu arrives in time and tries to scare them off with the king's name. But these hyenas are not afraid at all. They only want to eat the two little lions. Simba and Nila crawl into a small hole to hide. But in the end, the hyenas still force them out.
Did you hear that? the future king!
Oh, don't hurt me. Oh, do it again.
A lion roar suddenly echoes out. Mufasa arrives in time. He charges straight into the hyenas and knocks several of them back hard. The other hyenas no longer dare come close. Mufasa does not keep fighting them. He only warns them to leave. Then he takes Simba and Nala back to the kingdom. After Nala leaves, Mufasa teaches Simba alone. He tells his son what truly scares him is not that Simba is not brave enough, but that Simba does not understand danger. Simba only wanted his father to see that he was already strong enough, but Mufasa tells him, real courage is not looking for danger on purpose. It is choosing to protect what matters. When danger must be faced, the father and son who survived have no idea. This will be their last real conversation. After Scar learns the plan failed, he goes to find the hyenas that night. He makes a deal with them. As long as they help him overthrow Mufasa, the hyenas can enter the kingdom and hunt freely. And what Scar wants is the king's throne. So, an even darker plan is born. Naive Simba is still eager to prove himself to his father. This gives Scar another chance. He tricks Simba into the Great Gorge, planning to use the little lion to lure Mufasa there, then send both father and son into a deadly trap together. He ran all the way into the desert, and after running out of strength, collapsed under the burning sun. What is even worse, a group of vultures had already spotted him. In their eyes, the unconscious Simba had become a meal delivered right to them. At the critical moment, a warthog rushes over from far away.
I missed some! I'm gonna get one of those vultures one day! I'm gonna get one!
I don't know why it's so important to you.
I just feel like it would make me feel better!
But they never expected the one they saved was actually a lion.
All right, let me see what we're dealing with here. It's a lion! Run for your life!
Wait, hey, Timon, wait, Timon, wait! It's a little lion!
Now, Simba finally wakes up.
We're the guys who saved your life,
Yes.
risked everything, fought off angry vultures.
Hordes of them! Flocks! I'm Pumbaa. This is Timon.
Did I mention that we saved your life?
It doesn't matter.
But he is still deeply unhappy. Timon and Pumbaa can tell something is weighing on him, so they begin comforting the little lion. They tell Simba he cannot carry the pain of the past forever. If he wants to keep living, he has to learn to move forward.
Wrong! When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
In the end, Simba listens to their advice and decides to live with them. From that day on, a strange new trio is born. But Simba's food problem appears very quickly because lions are born meat eaters, and Timon tells him if he wants to live with them, he has to eat the same food. At first, Simba can barely accept it, but to survive, he still tries the bug feast here.
Slimy?
Years pass, and Simba grows into an adult lion. His body is tall and powerful, more and more like Mufasa once was. Meanwhile, the kingdom is falling into ruin. Under the cruel rule of Scar and the hyenas, there are fewer and fewer animals here. The grassland loses its life, and the lion pride falls into hunger. If this keeps going, the entire Pride Lands will be destroyed by Scar.
You're killing everything.
Don't you see? There is nobody to challenge me. We can finally take whatever we want.
Take your place by my side, and we will feast together.
I will never be your queen.
And from now on, the lions will eat after the hyenas. And they don't leave much behind.
To fight against Scar's rule, the lioness Nala decides to leave the kingdom and look for help. Late at night, while the other lions are sleeping, she quietly prepares to escape, but getting out is not easy. Just as Nala is about to leave, she suddenly notices Scar nearby. Scar also hears the movement and immediately becomes alert. At the critical moment, Zazu appears in time and helps Nala out of danger. Nala finally escapes the kingdom. At this time, Simba is still living an easy life. With Timon and Pumbaa, they look for food together every day, play together, and seem completely carefree. But every quiet night, Simba still thinks of his home. One day, Timon and Pumbaa are out walking when a lioness suddenly rushes out. Pumbaa is so scared he runs everywhere, but the lioness keeps chasing him. Just when Pumbaa has nowhere left to run, Simba arrives in time and immediately fights the lioness. But as they struggle, Simba suddenly recognizes her. She is Nala. Nala also stares at him in shock. She never expected that Simba was still alive.
You thought he was dead? I thought I was dead. I thought you were gonna hate me.
What fun!
Nala quickly tells Simba the Pride Lands are almost destroyed by Scar. She wants Simba to return at once, overthrow Scar and the hyenas, and save the Pride again. But Simba refuses after hearing this, because he has always believed he caused Mufasa's death. That guilt has weighed on him for years. He does not have the courage to face the Pride, and he does not dare face the truth of the past. That night, Simba walks to the lake alone. He lowers his head and looks at the water, but suddenly sees Mufasa's reflection.
Simba. Dad? You must take your place in the circle of life. You must remember who you are, the one true king. As king, I was most proud of one thing, having you as my son.
That was a long time ago.
No, Simba. That is forever.
Simba finally understands his mission. The Pride Lands need him. He must return with his father's will and protect the land that once belonged to them. Simba immediately runs toward the Pride Lands. He chooses to leave this easy forest and find Nala so they can take back their home together. Before long, Simba catches up with Nala, who is walking alone through the wasteland. Seeing Simba finally stand up again, Nala is filled with surprise and joy. The two immediately run toward the Pride Lands together. Simba passes through the gorge that once terrified him. This time, he chooses to face the past directly and stop running away. But the Pride Lands now are already ruined and lifeless. Animal remains are everywhere. The grassland that was once full of life has become dry, cracked earth under Scar's rule. This kingdom has gone from a thriving land to a nearly lifeless wasteland. Seeing his old home become like this, Simba regrets not coming back sooner. He once thought, no matter how cruel Scar was, he would not destroy the entire kingdom himself. But everything in front of him tells him he cannot back down anymore. Simba silently swears he will take back the throne. Zazu has also survived this disaster.
Your Majesty, welcome home.
Right then, a familiar voice comes from behind them. Pumbaa and Timon have also come to help because they watched Simba grow up and cannot let him face danger alone. Just like that, they form a temporary rebel team, but as they prepare to head toward Pride Rock, they find several hyenas patrolling the only path. Pumbaa suggests using someone as bait to lure all the hyenas away, but everyone's eyes soon fall on Pumbaa.
Why is everyone looking at me?
It is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we proudly present your dinner. Be our
When the hyenas see such a fat meal, of course they refuse to let it go, and immediately chase after him. Pumbaa and Timon successfully create an opening for Simba. Rafiki also watches all this from far away. He walks to a hollow tree and reaches inside. Soon he pulls out an ancient staff. Meanwhile, Scar has lost all patience with the lionesses. He forces Sarabi to become his queen, or he will drive all the lionesses out of the Pride Lands. Scar believes he is stronger than Mufasa, and more fit to rule this land, but Sarabi tells him directly he is not worthy of being king, and not worthy of being compared to Mufasa. This completely enrages Scar. Facing the furious Scar, Sarabi still stands by her choice. Scar can no longer hold back, and attacks Sarabi directly. The difference in size and strength leaves Sarabi unable to fight back. At the most dangerous moment, a lion roar shakes the sky. Fear rises instantly inside Scar. He looks at the powerful lion in front of him, as if the dead Mufasa has returned. Simba's appearance makes Sarabi burst into tears. She cannot believe her child child is still alive. Only when Simba answers her himself does Sarabi finally know this is not an illusion. Scar watches Simba step closer, as if Mufasa from years ago is standing in front of him again. He knows he is already old and cannot beat Simba in a direct fight. But what Scar is best at has never been fighting head-on. It is breaking someone from the inside. He immediately brings up what happened back then, saying Mufasa's death was all Simba's fault. He says Simba's recklessness killed his father, and a prince like that should feel ashamed. He has no right to become king. Scar questions Simba in front of all the lions, asking if he has told everyone the truth. How can a prince who killed the king inherit the throne? He forces Simba to admit that he killed Mufasa.
Now's your chance to confess. Tell them who's responsible for Mufasa's death.
It was me.
Sure enough, Simba falls back into deep guilt. He feels too ashamed to face the pride and unworthy of taking the throne. Seeing Simba's mind break, Scar starts pressing closer. He keeps attacking Simba with his words, forcing him step by step toward the cliff edge. Crushed by guilt, Simba does not notice at all that there is nowhere left beneath his feet.
Then bow to your king!
Simba!
A bolt of lightning tears across the sky and strikes the tree beside them. A raging fire quickly rises. All of Pride Rock is surrounded by flames. This scene is just as terrifying as the gorge years ago.
Long live the king!
Scar looks at the fear on Simba's face and finally reveals the cruelest truth. He tells Simba, Mufasa had the same look before he died.
And here's my little secret. I killed Mufasa.
Only then does Simba understand. Mufasa falling from the cliff was never an accident. The one who really killed his father was Scar to steal the throne. Scar killed his own brother and pushed all the blame onto young Simba. The guilt Simba carried for years instantly turns into furious strength. Seeing the truth exposed, Scar still tries to frame Simba.
You told us you didn't get to the gorge in time. Then how did you see the look in Mufasa's eyes?
But his lies are quickly seen through by Sarabi and the lionesses. With his plot fully exposed, Scar can only choose war. He immediately orders the hyenas to attack, trying to kill Simba right away. But the Simba now is no longer the helpless cub from years ago. He has grown up with a strong body like Mufasa. Facing the charging hyenas, Simba does not back down again. The lionesses, oppressed for years, finally get their chance to fight back. They all charge forward and clash head-on with the hyenas. All of Pride Rock instantly becomes a chaotic battlefield. Both sides tear into each other, and no one is willing to retreat. At that moment, the hyena leader Shenzi locks onto Nayla. She still remembers the elephant graveyard when she almost ate that little lion cub, but the Nayla now is no longer a child anyone can bully. She leaps straight at Shenzi, and the two quickly tear into each other. On the other side, Zazu joins the fight too, but he is soon cornered by the hyenas. At the critical moment, Rafiki appears with his ancient staff. He swings the staff and rushes into battle, knocking back hyenas one after another. This mandrill, who usually seems crazy, is fiercer than anyone when the real fight begins. Just as the battle gets most intense, Pumbaa also charges into the hyena pack with unstoppable force. He sends a huge group of hyenas flying. Timon also causes trouble in the chaos, helping everyone distract the hyenas. Under everyone's counterattack, the hyenas soon begin to retreat, facing the united Pride. They cannot gain any advantage. If they keep fighting, they will only die here. Scar watches the defeated hyenas and knows the situation cannot be saved. He tries to escape in the chaos, but Simba will not let him leave again. Scar runs all the way to the cliff edge and has nowhere left to go.
Have mercy, I beg you.
Mercy? For what you did?
It was the hyenas. Those revolting scavengers made me do it. I was planning on killing them all.
He starts begging Simba for mercy and pushes all his crimes from back then onto the hyenas. He says the hyenas forced him to do it and that he was threatened by them, so he killed Mufasa. But Scar does not know. Shenzi has heard every word. To save his own life, he has completely betrayed his allies. Scar keeps lowering himself, begging Simba to spare his life. Looking at the killer who murdered his father, Simba still gives him one chance. He tells Scar to leave the Pride Lands, just like Scar once forced him to run away.
Run away and never return.
Yes.
Scar pretends to obey, but when he passes the burning embers on the ground, he suddenly throws ash at Simba.
You can't win, Scar! This is my kingdom! My destiny!
but Scar thinks too highly of himself. The Simba now will no longer be defeated by his lies. Scar falls from the cliff edge. This cruel and selfish usurper finally pays the price for his betrayal, but Scar does not die from the fall right away. He lands below the cliff, right in front of the hyenas. Scar still tries to deceive them, saying they can work together again and still have a chance to take back the throne, but the hyenas have already seen who he really is. Shenzi slowly walks out of the smoke. She no longer believes a single word Scar says. Soon, all the hyenas rush towards Scar. This time, Scar has no chance to escape. He finally dies at the hands of the allies he betrayed. A heavy rain begins to fall. The fire is completely put out, and years of pain in the Pride Lands are washed away with it. Under the gaze of every animal, Simba slowly walks up Pride Rock. He finally carries on Mufasa's will and becomes the new king of the Pride Lands.